Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crescent City Cup. This is round 13, and we will be watching Evans Clinchy versus Austin Shin. I'm Joshua Sokol, and I'm joined here with Jackson Smiley.
Hello,
And
everybody.
hey Jackson, you made it just in
It's going
time.
to be a pretty exciting match. I'm pretty
Yeah, I
excited.
have my popcorn ready, and I am going to be dipping some Louisiana hot sauce into it just for this
Nice.
game. Evans is currently 12-0, leading the field over
Yes.
Dave Weekend by 2 games, and
So
leading
do you think
over
Austin's going to take him down
Austin.
this time?
He's leading by 4 games, so Austin is better like win this one because how many games are left? 8. Yeah, it's
Yeah, he's
getting
left.
really dire.
Yeah, Austin really needs this game. I'm wondering who the first person to take down Evans is going to be. I think Austin has a pretty decent shot at it. Um, Killing the whole world in Scrabble the last year. So yeah, I have a lot of faith in him.
Yeah. So yeah, Austin
Yeah, Hook is
is
interesting.
from where is Austin from? Is
From
he
somewhere, he's
originally
near
from?
London.
He's near London,
Near
and he
London, yeah, like an hour away or something.
So he's traveled all the way to New Orleans. Evans lives in Portland, and
No, I think
who's
he lives
starting?
in Evans lives in
Is
Washington
it
now, somewhere like
really?
Seattle. Yeah, he moved with Jennifer
Okay.
Lee, I think. So I think Gook is pretty interesting here. That's probably what I would lean towards, because G's are terrible.
Yeah, Gook looks good.
Yeah, that nice HM synergy. Uh, yeah. Also, is this your first time, Josh, commenting for Collins?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be exciting.
So there's gonna be a lot of words that I've never heard of, but
For sure.
I think I'll do as best as I can here. So Austin has W
I could be
U
wrong about
combination.
Evans moving. Yeah, that's solid combination. See, I mean, like Evans, it's interesting the way he played Gook. It's like he almost yes, I think. Like, there's no way he would play it opening up the double lane with the S hook if he didn't have the S. So Austin sort of gets some good information from that.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
I don't know. Maybe he's not even thinking of that. But all of his scoring plays seem to block the S lane, at least
it's
partially.
true.
So
Underlapping with KO with like WO something. Um,
yeah, he doesn't
yeah.
really want to play War. I think he was considering it for, I think maybe slightly better leave. But if he plays War underneath, he's giving back a very hefty hotspot to Evans.
Yeah, so it seems like he's on Warren now to give back a not as good a hotspot, which kind of makes
I
sense.
wonder if Unwar is good. It probably isn't.
You wonder if what's good?
Unwar, because that would be really good to just
Oh,
like.
that would be beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's not a word, unfortunately.
You may think about it though. Um, yeah, I mean Warren is nice because it also doesn't take the S. I don't Warren. Yeah, it does not take an S in the back hook. So if he realizes that Gook keeps an S, then Warren has a bit of extra defensive merit for that reason.
Yeah. I'm sure he's not really happy with anything though here because he's either keeping the W or keeping the U.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
It's
no
a
real way of getting rid of both of them, as far as I know.
So Quackle likes Warren so far. I think is the rack input correctly? I may be misreading. Oh, I'm just misreading. Yeah, yeah. Warren seems pretty solid. I mean, I'm sure in the see that the average score goes way down for Evans after Warren as opposed to War.
Oh, well, rung. Okay, rung was suggested. That's the way to get rid of the W and the U, but really doesn't seem worth it here. Rung to the G. I see that
Yeah.
Cesar is the one on Quackle. If that's not a joke, that's too bad because yeah,
Well,
Cesar
he's the
really needs to
master of
get. He
Quackle.
needs to get off Quackle. That guy. In
Thing.
any
I don't
case,
want to
hi
deprive him
Cesar.
of that. Rung is clearly wrong. I think wrong is clearly wrong as well.
So he's already taken 3 minutes to make his first play, Austin, which is sort of
Yeah.
uncharacteristic. I tend to see him play relatively quickly,
I wonder if he's
but it
just
looks like
really
he's
like
putting Warren down.
Okay, because I guess he's worried about keeping ERU. That's probably his worry. It's a bit unbalanced with too many vowels.
Yeah, and underlaps and overlaps can hurt as well. Like, well, I don't
Yeah.
know how many. No, I don't look, doesn't look like there are many overlaps that can happen. Just got to refresh my. Yeah, KO
Yeah,
doesn't
quite a
really.
few. B, P, and W, but there's already one W played. Yeah.
Now
Scoring Iraq.
he's drawn. Oh my god, he's drawn two V's to go
Oh
with
my
his.
gosh.
He drew VVTT.
Oh, that's awful.
It's not very
He
good.
may, because this is, unless he gets some I for a bailout. Yeah, nudge looks really good. And I also learned yesterday that nudge is a verb.
I did
Which is
too.
pretty
That same
cool, yeah.
position. Yeah, I learned that as well.
So that's cool. I mean, I don't think it's going to come up in this game, but it's good to know.
Yeah, so Evans can play nudge from the Nudzh.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to end up playing that.
I don't know. He has to see it. It's not always the easiest word to see with the Z in it.
I don't know about that.
How come?
Canadian. You DZH, like it's that. I mean DZ. I don't know the DZH. I mean it's always tripped me up. I'm always bad at seeing that word.
Should we be saying Z or Z?
Oh, Z. Yeah, I've been saying Z a bit on this stream so far, so I might just try to stick with that.
Can we have the audience tell us their preference? Oh, he's seen it. Okay. Yeah, should we be saying we're both Canadian, but I'm also American, so I can say either, and Jackson's been acquainted, I guess, with it.
Yeah, I mean I'm used to
It's
Z.
very, very
Oh,
important. It's very important to determine
yeah,
which one to say. Like this is probably the most
because the
important
Z is a
decision
much
we've
better
had to
tile
make.
than a Z. Yeah. Okay,
Is
so
it though?
Evans. I think I think Z is the way to go. I'll stick with. It seems to be in support of Z.
So Austin's fears have definitely.
Yeah, he did not get the I as a bailout for like that. Yeah, I expect he's going to exchange here unless there's something I'm missing. He could
Yeah,
drop
we're.
that. No,
I mean, he
this is
can
rough.
play Virtue. That just looks like what he's gonna do.
Oh, I see.
Which side should he play it on? He has to play UG or GU, right?
I'd probably play it with GU because UG makes just makes more space that Evans can play on top.
He's choosing the more aggressive. Yeah, I mean that's a good choice probably because he is sort of behind. He doesn't have a very good leave at all, and
It's true.
points wise he's also like he's sort of needing for something to happen, or at least for Evans to like hit a bump in the road or something.
So Evans almost has a pretty sweet play. If there was like a 9 available, he's pretty close to Mbakanga's.
Yeah, I just saw that
So,
too.
for a few
Mbakangas.
turns. Mbakanga's. Yeah, I know. I mean, he should just tell Austin about playing BA.
Okay, so everyone's saying Z, so let's just go with Z.
Yeah, I think everyone wants Z. Like, it's a pretty Canadian stream right now. Yeah, Vaj is the other one. That is tough. OEV8. Yeah. So, I mean, besides the Q, Evans to a bingo. And I don't see a great place to play the Q without using the blank.
You can play QAT,
but that just
it's 14 points.
I could
It
see
doesn't
him
keep a vowel. It's not great at all.
He could even exchange one or two. Exchange the Q and maybe throw back the M or something. The chances are just like insanely high if he keeps those tiles.
Why would you keep the G? Jackson, you just said that he should play Gook because the G is a horrible tile.
Some
Can you explain to people what you think about the letter G?
My views on the G are that it's usually terrible, but if you have an N, because of the I, just GN, just like that, I think is pretty good. So AGNS blank, I would take that definitely over ANS blank.
What about the M? The M is
the question is whether to keep the G or the M. Yeah, G is, thank you, Cesar, for backing me up on that one. G is not a horrible tile. It's one of my favorite tiles. So he seems to be thinking about... It's hard to tell what he's thinking. I don't think he's thinking about mange, because that wouldn't make much sense.
Um, yeah, I
Maybe
don't know.
he could
I
even
really
just
don't
throw
know.
back the Q, actually. Um,
Oh, I think he's okay. I see what he's doing. Yeah, Mang. What's up, Mang? That's an okay play. I wouldn't do it, but I guess
yeah, it's a surprising play. I thought he would want
there's
his bingo chances. I think the Q really gets no really good like QI spot or anything.
yeah. It doesn't look like the Q is really going to improve a lot, but and it
Yeah,
has not. It doesn't seem unless he can play Wellers somewhere. No. All right, now
you'll be okay.
Austin's drawn 5 vowels to go with his already pretty awful leave of TV.
Yeah,
Um,
Austin is man.
he's treading water here. I mean, he could play OE,
He's making it
OAT,
work. I mean, there's
underlapping
also
nudge.
votive. There's also votive through the V. It gets rid of a lot of vowels.
Seems a
Uh,
bit crazy.
yeah, 20. I mean, 25 points for OE, which is pretty interesting. There's still the R open and the D open, which are pretty good for the leave of A. Um,
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's a good play, Evo. Hey, I guess that's an
oh,
alternative spelling of EVOE. Yeah, it
maybe.
does
I don't know if
not take
it's
an S.
okay. Oh, so it looks like he's playing it.
It can also be spelled EVHOE. All right, interesting.
I think that's, and also after the Drek is drawn, he probably wants to just get through these racks and not keep too many tiles.
Yeah, now
Like
he's sitting
I
on
could understand him doing
rotation.
that.
Rotation
Yeah,
from
so
the R.
he's worked his way out of these bad racks pretty well. So I wonder if they'll both know that Evoe does not take. That will be really important at some point.
I think they
My
probably
guess is that
do.
they both know. They probably
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it probably comes up a lot. Also Evho, EVHOE. That's pretty
Yeah, that's
interesting.
what I say. Yeah, so Evans really has to get rid of his Q now. He's absolutely doesn't look like there's anywhere to play it without spending the
Yeah,
blank.
that's the thing with the Q here. This is why, like, I think even now he's probably going to exchange one or something.
Yeah,
Um,
exchanging the Q would seem to be the right move here.
yeah, a lot of double doubles to the D. Um, Ottavino. Gotta check though. So
Yeah, so we're just waiting. I think that's I don't know. It's just a matter of time before he does that. Oh, I guess he could. Where's Queer play for that many points? Queer for
here's
58.
50.
I would say 50. Okay, if it
Yeah.
says 50, I know where it plays. I
Oh,
can't
I
really
see.
read the thing. Yeah.
Interesting. L and the S. That's actually pretty good option.
Hmm. He doesn't. I mean, he might be just thinking about it, like tanking a little bit, because he hasn't moved his tiles until now. He's probably
Yeah,
seen Queer and Exchange Q and deciding between the two. I mean, it's 50 points. I might do it.
I think I
LS
definitely would.
leave
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Yeah, if you didn't keep the S, then
Oh, looks like he's
with the S in
exchanged
hand.
it.
Oh, interesting. I mean, he must have bingo like close to 100% of the time.
Yeah,
Um,
probably. Except this time he did not block Austin's bingo, which is a very lucky break for Austin.
yeah.
Queer would have blocked rotation.
So is Austin going to pull the Evans? Because yesterday we saw Evans, every time he had a bingo, he would just put it down in like 2.5 seconds. And so Austin does not
Oh, Ottavino. Ottavino. He is
mentality.
playing Ottavino. Okay, I didn't think that was actually a word. Wow. Okay, so Queer
Yeah, it's a
wouldn't have
beautiful
blocked that
line.
anyway. That's a beautiful find. That's a very descriptive word. There are a few people I think in the chat that are from Ottawa, so that might be I don't know. That might be the way the people call Ottawa players, Ottavinos. What's the word for
Dude,
that?
Evans is not
Demonym.
standard style. A demonym. What is a demonym?
I don't know. It's the word Wikipedia uses to indicate what how to call somebody from somewhere. Except it's not a word. It's not acceptable in Scrabble.
Okay.
So
Queer was Yeah, I do think I would have played queer. Like it. Like, what do you guys think in the chat? Like,
Yeah, everyone's
everyone
saying
seems to be saying queer. Like,
that's 50
yeah,
points. Like, how much is he really
definitely.
averaging with the LS? Maybe 40?
Yeah, could even be higher.
40, maybe
Maybe
like 40, 43,
40.
40 something.
And then
It's like,
yeah, and like
that's
there's no way he's
93 in two
averaging 90.
turns.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well because he did draw restyled. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Every
um,
time the person on Quackle is putting the play, like clicking the play, I'm hoping, like, I'm just expecting to see it like appear on the board. But it doesn't, because it's an actual board, not a Quackle board.
Cesar,
So yeah.
you can code that while you're waiting, okay? While you're waiting for Austin's next turn.
All right. Well,
So,
he did
do you
average
know your
more. How much was
style?
restyle?
Yeah, in the
94.
one ply sim, it's worked out pretty well for Evans. He still doesn't have that big of a lead, though. Seems. So
165 to 141.
Beamy is set up on Austin's rack, and it is no good. So I'm going to play it off of Ottavino because there's no Beamies either, so I don't think he would actually do that.
Just Beamier, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
think he's
Beamy. Maybe
considering
he's
just
thinking
playing
about
Beamier.
Beam. He might be thinking about oh, I see. He might be thinking of Beam as well.
He could play something like Ami, AMIE next to Ottavino. That might be okay. Or is there a better place to play that?
AMIE off of the NO.
Oh yeah, he could play it over restyled. That's the top play as per the engine without any
Oh,
simulation.
I see. Yeah, that's a pretty good score. I think Beam here would just like unnecessarily sacrifice too many points and open up some new options for him.
Yeah, I think that's
So
probably better. It's probably to play it over restyled. I mean, it does set up your B on the double letter to the triple word if you play the 24-point ME, but that really seems way too risky.
Yeah, I think I mean leaving the spot next to Ottavino, that's something for like if people are too scared of that usually, like the O spot where you can play a 5-letter word, because it is a
Yeah.
pretty serious scoring spot.
Yeah,
And I mean
but
Evan's gonna hit it with wifed.
at the same time, if if Austin's opponent hits the spot, he can usually hit it back on the triple word.
That's true.
So I wouldn't be super worried, but I mean, in this case, it would be pretty bad. You'd be hit pretty hard, wifed.
Cesar, if you can hear this, would you mind opening up the details box and seeing what the average scores are after Emmy and Iambi?
Where's I am? Oh, I am by, yeah.
With IO.
Oh yeah, I am by looks actually pretty good. Oh wait, Cesar likes I am by. Okay, never mind. I've decided that I don't like it.
So let's see these average scores here. Yeah, so it's about 3.5 points difference between Iambi and Emmy. So it's like worth considering, but and then we score a bit more after Emmy as well.
Oh wow, I expected that Austin would be much lower on time than Evans, but Evans, I guess he took a lot of time on the queer versus exchange rack. I keep saying queer, like I'm expecting somebody to find that funny or offensive or something, but hopefully we're all mature adults here. Oh, he's playing a me for 27, just maximizing his score now, I think.
It's a solid play. There's
Now
quite a few
Evans is
scoring
going to play
options
wife
as well.
very quickly. Yep, there you go. Seems like Austin was just wifed by his opponent. Now he has some heavy hitting stuff on his rack, Austin, which
Yeah, it's about time.
should
He's
be
been
able
having
to.
some
Yeah.
weird tiles. So this will be pretty possibly.
He's down 62 points, though, right? Or no, 40,
50 points.
50 points. Yeah, I really can't see the screen for some reason. It's really blurry.
Yeah,
so
so
I'll
I
leave
mean,
that to you. I'll leave the scoring.
yeah,
I mean, you're a
sure.
better scorer than me anyway. Guys, if you didn't know, Jackson
Um,
is probably the fastest adder in the game. The only person that even comes close, I think, is Adam Logan. I don't know how he
you're
does
pretty
it,
close
but
to
there's
that.
something insane in his mind that allows him to just add everything up instantaneously.
So there's also Biface, which is worth considering with Mange. I mean, it does throw open the board, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It does give some scoring spots back. Makes the board super scoring heavy next to Wife, next to Ottavino, next to Biface. But it's something to consider.
What's being considered beef versus biface?
Where is Beef is next to Ottavino. Oh, that's pretty solid. That's 38 points. The only place I see for Biface is with Mange, but there's some serious drawbacks of Biface for sure. Although Beef as well, Beef does open, like BO takes the A and the O in column, so that's a pretty serious scoring spot you're creating with Beef.
I
I
mean,
remember
this board is like totally full of scoring spots, regardless. Well, I mean,
it is, but
there's
if you
like a
can,
triple in the middle left. There's a triple on the bottom. Triple letter next to Ottavino. There's a
right?
double to, like, if you have a play with the Q, maybe like Caddy or the J, that can go right next to Ottavino. It's pretty full.
It is, yeah. I mean, if you can help it to try scoring spots a bit less, that would be good. I remember, like, from my couple years playing Collins, I always found like I'd always felt super important to stop all these scoring spots because it just feels like there's so many times you can parallel for like 40 points, and it gets really tiresome when you're down.
He's played Fib. Not sure I agree with Fib here.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, maybe he wants to keep the Mang hooks open because it's a slight bingo lane.
Oh, he's drawn the Q. Oh my god.
Oh man.
He's drawn the Q that Evans so graciously left for him. I think I figured out why Evans is 12-0. I think he's cheating. He's clearly cheating. Actually, there's there's more than one person playing the game. There's multiple Evans.
There's many Evanses walking around.
No, just multiple Evans. It's just
Oh,
not
I
fair.
see.
It's not fair. Wow, that
Yeah, he
was
has like
that was
5
just
Evans on his team.
face palm. Oh my god. I was waiting to use that one. Okay, so he's played Daub, or they have played Daub.
Yes, wait. How many though? Maybe they disagreed though. That's why he takes a while sometimes because different Evans disagree on what to play.
All right, we're getting pretty meta here, guys.
So
He's played Daub and he's drawn into Paretic Pick Rate.
yeah, he's drawing some now.
Maybe Patricate is a word. All right, now Austin has no choice but to leave himself with the Q.
Yeah, like
he's gonna play Canoe.
I think so. And like, what's he really supposed to do here? Like, slowly dying on him with Warren and Evo Hay both not taking S. Makes it really tough for him to do anything. And Wifed blocked underneath Evo Hay. So yeah, this board for bingos is getting a bit tough. And that's exactly what Austin needs. Although he's actually only down. He's only down by a bit after Canoe.
Yeah, he can still come back with a big Q play.
Yeah.
So if he draws a U and an A, he's got 40.
Yeah, I think his scoring option. He's probably fine going for that route.
Oh, he's drawn the U and the A. Wow, that's great.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect.
So now
Yeah,
Evans has to deal with this board that he's created.
Oh, and an S. Wow. So Austin's right back in it actually.
This board is totally like, yeah, you're saying like it's the only way to hit a bingo here would be usually just to hook on Mang.
There's also stuff like cart at next to Ottavino, making door at and cute. Stuff like that, like just to score his way out of this rack, because it doesn't seem like it's a great board for keeping bingo lane or bingo tiles. So just like sponge continuing his lead is not so bad.
Oh, someone suggests that Quaaludes would really Quaaludes, however you want to pronounce it, would really spice up the game. Yeah, that would be quite something. Unfortunately, there
They
is
might
no.
spice down the game. They're really
Well,
aggressive.
then you spice down the game. Okay,
Yeah.
Jackson.
Aquacades, man. Yeah, there's a lot of options for Austin right now.
What's the first one there? Capita.
Capita. Oh, Capita. Yeah, Capita throws open the board.
That would be a bold play.
Yeah, Evans doesn't need a bingo tax. He's not being taxed enough. It's not a very fair system.
Yeah, Pact. I don't know. Pact looks okay. Pact maximizing the score.
And what's the bag like? 4, 10, 11 out of 32. So it's slightly constant heavy in the bag as well. So keeping EIR a bit better than usual.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pact looks.
But we have no idea what Evans is thinking, because he just somehow sees all of his plays instantaneously the moment he alphabetizes his tiles. There's no need to shuffle. Unlike some players we've been seeing, back in the TWL division.
Oh, like
Daryl Day
just the shuffle king.
Yeah, I mean, it's very useful if you can't see certain words, or if you think there are certain words that you're missing.
Yeah.
Shuffle your tiles around.
Yeah.
All right, so he's playing Pice, which is, oh wow, it's doing well in the simulation. So thank you so much.
Yeah, Pice seems fine. Like a lot going for it.
Yeah, I'm good with that play.
Yeah.
So he can still play Qua, and you can also play
Qua.
Quep. No, he can't play Qua anymore, so he has to play Quep. Looks
Qua and Adoc is not a word. Yeah, Quep is probably gonna come down.
Yeah, it's just too many. It's too many points. Like you could play Aqua to the A and Mang. But that's
or even just Qua setting up the A. There's only 2 A's left. Although you got to go. He's still in this game.
Yeah, he's only down, what, 5 points now? 6. And Evans doesn't have a great rack here. He almost has Agitato.
Oh, Agitator as well. Yeah.
If he could find a play that now he would really want to play from the top middle triple, if he can find a play there, but it looks like that play does not exist.
King is finally going to get hooked. That's my guess. Something like Goat. It's about time. Those hooks have been there for a long time.
All right. Yeah, manga. Manga, mange, mango. Mangi.
Oh, I completely forgot about Mango, actually. I don't think there's Mangi, is there? So it's just Aeosy.
Yeah, Mangi.
Oh, Mangy.
I'm just pronouncing things really weirdly.
It's like sort of like manga. It's Mangi.
So in this position, Jackson, what would you be thinking about? You're only ahead 6 points, and it doesn't seem like you have. Seems like you have a below average rack, right?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely be thinking about just trying, just in the short term, trying to not leave too many options for my opponent. I wouldn't be worried too much about like long term stuff. No one has the lead. No one's trying to defend their lead or anything, or come back from a deficit. So I would just be trying to play for good score and rack management, as well in terms of Austin's score. So that's why something like Goat seems pretty decent for that. scores decently, doesn't give back too much. Not seeing many other options either. How about you?
So what
What are
has he
you
done here?
thinking?
He's made. Has he made a play? No, he hasn't. Sorry. Yeah, I would be thinking along those lines as well. There's not really much that he can like do for himself here, so I would just be thinking to not give
Yeah,
too much back to Austin and just to try and manage his rack a little bit.
for sure.
And let's see, what can he do? He can just play Griot, Trigo, Goat.
I don't mind Griot at all. Griot makes it a bit harder to parallel because the GR is two consonants in a row, so it's kind of hard to parallel with IE or OE. Cool.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, there are fewer vowels in the remaining letters than I would say usual,
Yeah,
so it's not that
yeah,
bad to. Usually, you would not want to leave one vowel and one consonant on your rack if you can help it, because the bag is usually has a few too many vowels. You really want to have more consonants than vowels.
yeah. Griot is looking like the play to me for sure.
Okay, so he's
Um,
made just a intermediate play of got.
yeah, see, I think it's. I mean, it does keep more vowels, but the other thing is like AIRT is not going too far. Pretty bingo heavy leave, and there's almost no place to bingo here. So as you
Yeah,
see,
he
he
might be
drew.
thinking. He might be thinking that Austin will open something for him, but
He might, yeah, because it is hard to score here without opening anything. Although he could play next to Wifed and score stuff,
yeah,
as he
that's what
probably will
he's.
do.
Yeah, that's what he's done.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
a
this is. I
very
think
good
this is
play.
a. Yeah. Yeah, this is my issue with Got because now Evans has this bingo heavy rack and he can't score and he can't bingo.
Right.
So that's my worry with that kind of leave. Um,
Yeah, I'm totally in that same frame of mind. I don't think the got
yeah.
was the right play. Um, Not a huge mistake, but it seems it
Yeah.
might have cost him. Now, once again, probably every turn until it happens, we're going to be asking ourselves if Evans or Austin can play down from the middle triple, because that's really the only way to score on this board.
If they can play what you said?
Down from the top middle triple.
Oh, to the A, yeah, definitely big. Um, yeah, Matthew, I do agree that like the pool, I mean, has a blank in it. Half the tiles to go. It has two S's, so turnover is probably a slightly good thing here. Same with stuff like the X is probably going to be a pretty good tile just for scoring.
And for
Latria.
those that don't know what turnover is, it's a concept we use to designate how many tiles we have played. Tile turnover would be playing more tiles to dig deeper, per se, into the bag, and hopefully to get those great tiles that we all want to have, the S, the blank, sometimes the high scoring tiles. Um, and it was quite the big concept many years ago, before we had Quackle, before we had these tools to help us understand the heuristics of the game. Um, Nowadays, I'd say the newer generation of players are a bit less concerned with tile turnover than the older generation. But sometimes it is quite the useful strategy. For example, I think Matthew Tunnicliffe, who is a muffin with tentacle, I think he's correct in saying that he would have been better off. Evans would have been better off playing a few more tiles because
Yeah.
he does want to draw the S or the blank, maybe even the J and the X.
So Cesar is starting a new movement to bring turnover back into Scrabble.
Okay,
So
that
we'll see how
I
that
hope that
goes.
goes just as well as his other movements that have never seen the light of day.
Yeah, I think Latria might have been the same sort of turnover idea. Got where AEILR is really not a good leave here. Even though in some situations it's a really good leave, on this board I wouldn't say it's a good leave at all.
Yeah, that's an
So
interesting play. I don't really understand it. Maybe he was trying to like throw Austin off by playing a like a poo word. But I guess there wasn't much to be done anyway. Maybe he thinks he can outdo Austin on a quite the closed board here.
Yeah, I think so, and I think he may have checked the tile distribution and seen it was still kind of constant heavy, and then he gets to score some points while keeping a somewhat balanced lead at least.
I would say he's doing something none of us understand because he's Evans Clinchy, and he's 12-0. So I just trust whatever he's doing at this point.
Wow. Austin's in his position's gotten a lot better. He's in a, especially, I think ads was the turning point for Austin. He's definitely seed right now.
You know what? Evans might be trying to defend against a play that Austin could make here that would be really strong, which would be probably Zap, setting up his S. But the last few plays that Evans has made would probably indicate to Austin that he has a strong rack. So he might not want to play something like Zap, just in case Evans does indeed have an S or a blank, and he can hook the word first. So he's played Lisp here for points, also blocking the triple partially.
I thought about Lisp, and it does score more than, it seems like more than almost. I'm worried about playing off the S, because then whoever has the last S is going to have case S, and they can start making setups.
Exactly.
That could get really dire. So I would try to, even though the S doesn't have like an obvious place to play because of Evohes and Warns not being words, I think the S is still really, because future turns will probably have S hooks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite important at this stage of the game to keep the S if you can, just to prevent those types of things. But it does seem like Austin has lucked out and he's drawn the last S.
So he's
there are two S's left still, actually, are there?
Shows from Evan's perspective, so I think there's only one.
No, there's only one, yeah, because we're looking from Evan's perspective. Okay.
So Austin has the last S. There is a blank out still, so S setups are a bit less. But at some point, maybe.
Yeah, and Evans has the same problem he's been having. He has nothing to score with, nothing really to do here than just tread water.
Yeah, because Latria is no longer a possibility to the A, because Austin blocked that.
Yeah. So he might be rethinking what was attempting to do with Fart. He might be really worried that Austin now has the last S and maybe even the blank, and there's not much he can do about it.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to try to go and just hope that Austin just had the S or no S or something. Because I agree, from Evan's perspective, Austin is holding, is holding. Which is
true, he might just have to drop his I, right? He might just have to drop his I for QI.
Interesting. What is that? Any bingos?
Yeah, inertial. Is there an N out?
Oh, there's two N's and a blank. Not the worst idea at all.
Someone's suggesting LIPA.
LIPA.
Just to create a lane.
Create a new lane.
Yes.
Yeah. And I guess I guess there's no real scoring spots because Evans is going to slowly dig himself into a place where he probably doesn't.
Wow, he's played TI for 2. Wow.
So he must be very desperate. Like, Austin has a really good rack, and he just has to bingo.
Yeah, wow.
It is worth considering, because at least if he draws an N, I mean, not that Inertial's not going to get blocked anyways, actually, so he doesn't have to worry about that. So what did Evans draw? He drew the N. Oh my gosh.
Wow, he's hit Inertial. Okay, so he's definitely going to play a bingo next turn.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is really, really wow.
So we figured out why Evans is 12 because of stuff like that.
Clutch draw of the end. It's bringing him back in the game. Doesn't mean he's going to win. Inertial is 62 points. And if Austin does indeed play Jarls, which is 30, he would be ahead 43. So after 62, he'd be only down 19 points.
But then he gets first crack at the parallels on the triple word score, so I think it could be a pretty even game after that.
Yeah, so 8 unseen tiles.
The other question. Sorry?
So there are 13 unseen tiles. There'll be 8 unseen tiles when he plays Charles. So if Evans plays inertial, what does that mean? He's going to draw 1 tile?
Yeah, so that would leave one in the. He will have 1 tile.
Wow. Oh my god.
Wow. So that will be. Depends on what kind of scoring power Austin draws. I guess he will draw most of the scoring tiles. So I think
Well, I don't
Austin may
think
be able to.
Evans should bingo here then, if that's the case.
Yeah, because
They might
he'll
just lose
just
100% of the
get
time.
outscored. That's
Wow, the X is in the bag.
Wow. Okay.
So we need to do some
Austin
calculations
has
here.
high line. Okay. So 62 brings him to 379. So he'll be up 19. Yeah, again, inertial, he'll get higher line to go.
No. Austin's going to win if he...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So what Evans should do now, he'll go up 19 after inertial, and then Austin gets, Evans will have 1 tile, up 19. So he needs to figure out which tiles in the bag he can win with. He knows he'll lose with if he draws the X's of high line. And there's he also has to worry about YEAH above inertial.
He has a lot to worry about, and he only has 2 minutes left. This is really, really bad for Evans. He has to. I think he has to make a Hail Mary setup of a second bingo lane.
I think so.
To Charles, and just hope that maybe the blank is in the bag, or that Austin can't find something that scores enough. And then he has to. I don't know. I think he has to hope that the blank or the N is in the bag.
Can you draw anything else from the eye? Like if he draws the N, he could draw in inertial again.
Yeah, let's see.
You can draw internal as well, stuff like that. But he can draw inertia. He can draw inertia if he draws the E.
Okay.
So he could fish off the L and hope for the E.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The other question is, if he plays AL, could he get outrun with something like Hyrax?
Oh, I'm sure he can. That's the worry.
That's 58 points for Hyrax, and yeah, 58. He's down 101. Yeah, I think he would lose to Hyrax. So he might even have to play something like EL off of Evohe scoring spots.
Oh, has he made a play? Yeah. Wow. He's played
OI.
Okay. And wow, okay, Austin is going out with Highline. That is really bad for Evans.
Yeah, that was the worst draw I could have hoped. Oh man.
Wow. How much is he winning by? 169. What a win for Austin. What
my god. Smart move by Evans to not play inertial.
I think OI was really smart because he has the last L. But he just got, I don't know how much it wins. Really. He just got blown out of the water.
It seems like a bagging, but this was super close.
Has he did he challenge the board? Cesar, can you say?
Highline? I doubt he would challenge because I don't think he can win if he challenges it off. And it costs 5 points. Ouch. This is where Evans quits the tournament.
So he's finally lost a game, Evans. We thought he was invincible until this point. This is a very good game. Crazy. Austin was really struggling with his racks early on, and he made it back into the game. I think if Evans had played Quell, I don't know if much would have been different. Queer. I don't know. I mean, he got the Y. Yeah, it was wow. It was such a close game, but it just ends up looking like a beatdown. Yeah, Evans did indeed challenge.
Okay. I thought Austin did really well, like with his tough racks, the really awkward tiles. I thought he played through. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for
tuning in. Well, okay.
This game.
You're saying that.
So we're both thankful. We're both equally thankful you're tuning in. So next game, I think we're still gonna have Evans 1. 1. He'll be playing Dave Koenig. Dave Koenig. I still never know how to pronounce his name, so someone's got to clue me into that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see who he plays. I think it's Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll catch you in a few minutes.
All right. It's been fun.